Hello friends, Empress Dannie here. Thank you guys for joining me back with another episode of The Daily Grind. You already know, pouring you up a nice hot cup of joe, going to get you down to a bright and beautiful start. Shall we check in for messages today? I am getting a lot of channel messages, which gives me the impression that it feels like the energy of thoughts where the world is thinking right now, right? And you may be picking up on that, which can sometimes cause you to I'm picking up an energy of somebody who is hiding. I don't know, literally just heard resentments, but that wasn't the sentiment that I was getting. I was getting like somebody has some regrets and they're not really showing whatever those regrets are. They're internalizing them or keeping them to themselves. When that's the case, usually are perhaps constantly thinking about the very thing that you are regretful of. So someone, and this could even be you, right? You may be being asked to release, if you have any shame that may be kind of like, and this is like, it feels hidden. It's almost like, again, internalizing, putting on the brave face, but inner knowing is like maybe grieved in so many ways. If that's you, I feel like you may be being asked to release that. Something makes me feel like I feel a very strong vibe of transmutation, and this came up on the vibe reading last night. For those of you who have not checked it out, but I kind of feel like part of your unique flow has to do with transmuting grievous energies, transmuting those kind of shifty or vacillating energies. Okay. I feel like you just have a grace to do this. So I'm kind of, if any of you guys have like seen yoga, I'm getting like flowed through it, which usually is incorporating a breath. So that can mean like talk yourself through it. That could just mean just breathe through it, right? The breath of life, constantly refreshing your brain, right? Oxygenating the brain will help bring clarity to your thoughts, right? In just like a general sense. Archangel Raphael could be at play in one way or another today. There is an aspect of innocence that I feel like maybe you feel, okay? Again, this could be someone opposite you feels a level of sensitivity, right? Sometimes this is like, inner child work, right? Sometimes when it's hidden like that, or there's a desire to cloak it, it's because it's inner child work. I feel vulnerable, I feel sensitive, all of those types of things. And because this is kind of like, I don't know, you think about if a kid does something that it feels ashamed of, its tendency is to hide, right? To really like grieve it. And so this could be you, this could be someone else opposite you. I feel like just be mindful because you have this grace about you that I feel like has the ability to, I just heard to turn or to change that in an instant by your, what feels like inspiration, quite honestly. Yeah, feels like by your inspiration, just allowing. It definitely feels like whatever the circumstance, you're just flowing through it, okay? Which means it's almost like being flexible, okay, to the way that spirit is leading you, being sensitive, and just allowing spirit to speak, to move in whatever way spirit speaks or moves in the situation or circumstance. I get like, the difference when dealing with inner child stuff is that when the inner child is healed, it knows it's being guided. So it just allows, it's almost like whatever happens, happens because, I sense, because sometimes the inner child doesn't feel it. Sometimes the inner child just knows it. Okay, that was 3 cards. Marriage is at the bottom here. Okay. Journey flipped over. It's interesting. These cards flipped like this, okay? And as you can see, adjudication. What is this? The main female, which is a card that I honestly kind of feel that's like this rose allowing for unfolding. Um, okay, so there could be like a journey and some sort of, I don't know, somebody's making a decision with adjudication, okay? Whether or not they're going to, this is kind of like submission is what it feels. This is inner child, like, again, internalizing feelings about something. But with the journey, it's like, let me allow, this can even be like, I don't know why I'm kind of getting like distance in the brain. Um, Sometimes this involves like situations where maybe a person is not awakened. So they haven't gone on whatever this journey is. So it's almost like allowing someone else their journey and recognizing with adjudication they will um, arrive at the right like place to discern um, whether or not this can be like to be a good partner, or this could be like partnership is an option. I'm not really feeling like love in like a romantic sense. I feel love in more general sense, where someone is hmm, there's a lot of communication, let me just say, taking place right now, okay? And something makes me feel like most of this is like internal with like contemplation, really being mindful of looking, listening, that type of thing. And something makes me feel this energy, and that's perhaps what's not seen, is that it's more in the divine feminine, where someone externally may be the appearance is like very masculine, right? Of asserting oneself. But what's being internalized is this divine feminine aspect that is looking at like, I don't know why I'm kind of getting an energy around like um, accepting, or I want to say tolerance. Um, there's something about being supportive, right? This is kind of like, am I going to go this road or this path with someone, or perhaps allow them to go this road or path with me? And this, I mean, it gives like the energy of like what could be like, if you think about marriage, obviously that's like a road. Someone could be thinking about that, but this could just be like, again, partnership in anything, right? Whatever it is, what direction I'm going, am I going to allow them to go it? I don't know. Someone could be inviting you somewhere, or that could be what they're contemplating. Um, um, you could be like considering like going a certain road or route with someone. I don't know why I'm getting like something being permitted, okay? Permitting something or allowing something. I don't, it gives this, there's an energy of like give, okay? Is somebody going to give? Somebody's deciding whether or not they're going to give, and it feels like it has to do with like going some sort of direction, which could very well be the long road, okay? I do feel like there's a question of like baggage, which could be like the past, history, stuff going on, right? Um, Things that you're carrying, things perhaps that someone else is carrying, would, I feel like, be considerations that all go into whatever this decision is. I do see your prayers are being answered, okay? The bottom of the deck, and it says be a light to others, okay? So I do feel like in some way, that's why I don't know why I kind of feel like you're allowing spirit to lead you, because if you've already done the inner child work and you just have a different way of doing things, you're perhaps being spirit led, but also sharing that illumination with others. You have a powerful message to share. Shine your light on the world so that others can learn from you. Okay. I just feel like because of that, like, I don't know why I'm getting like you relate to things differently, a result of where you've been in life, like where life has taken you, and you realize, I don't know why I kind of get like you probably have a high tolerance. You can put up with some stuff in relationship, but like I said, you may be kind of like questioning or asking, like, I don't know if I should allow this, right? I don't know if that's acceptable. And this could, like I said, be someone opposite you, but your level or measure of tolerance could certainly be um, what is giving light to, that could be what's lightening the energy, what's creating this perhaps more discerning perspective. Your prayers are being received by the divine, and answers will come soon, although perhaps in forms you didn't expect. Okay, so some of you just be mindfully aware, right? Spirit is always listening, so your prayers are not going unheard. They will be answered. I do see Air Guardian here. Shift your perception, okay? Which I feel like whenever we're in a position to, I don't know, I'm getting like breathing in, right? That's when Spirit has us, making sure that we're taking a well-rounded point of view. Wise one is here, okay? It says grow within your current situation. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of feel like there's no choice. But I feel part of your journey has had a lot to do with the use of wisdom, the acquisition and use of wisdom. Oh wow, that one wanted to slide out. Mirror guardian, take time to reflect, and then the warrior, be fearless and stand strong. Okay. That's why I kind of feel like you're unique, but you're having to just embrace your uniqueness, that you're different. And perhaps even embrace someone else's differences, right? Others' differences. Um, the wisdom to like know, I kind of feel like gain perspective between the two. The way you are, the way life is opposite you. You're probably mirroring somewhere with the mirror guardian, however you're feeling, however perhaps someone else is feeling, um, seeing some aspect of yourself perhaps that has that same point of view or perspective. But you're certainly not alone. I definitely, like I said, angels have been kind of like a constant lately, it seems. So I feel like in any event, always just allow them to do their job, do their work, which sometimes is where that divine feminine energy comes in, where if you dispatched angels, you simply have to allow them to do their thing. Trust that they're going to, perhaps be experienced enough at their job to know how to most effectively get the message across. Here's the lamb, okay? Lamb energy is tender. So like I said, I told you someone, if there was a card for inner child, it would probably be the lamb. Someone's feeling tender with cheetah here. I don't know why it kind of gives like, this could be like triggered, right? That could be you. But this could be like someone who feels like they need to do something, right? I don't know why it's giving like, there could be like a runner chaser vibe, but this could be someone is triggered to act. This actually makes me feel like things could change in an instance where suddenly there's a feeling of vulnerability, but then there is what could be like getting to the heart of that, which the angels, like I said, just have a way of doing that. And when getting to the heart of whatever this is, there's suddenly like there's some sort of action that suddenly takes place or move that is suddenly made, is what I honestly feel. Yeah, gazelle is swift energy. Okay, so this is almost like, I don't know why I'm kind of getting like you might be in a position today, and like I said, this could be someone opposite you, but just take it for yourself. I like this because this is kind of like everybody finds their confidence in different things and in different ways, and perhaps even like in their own timing. So this is kind of like some sort of sensitivity or vulnerability, and there's this feeling of it, if you will, that's somewhat like defenseless, maybe feels a bit exposed, maybe feels like somewhat sensitive, or just kind of like, wavering is what it feels like. Unstable could be what that is. And then there is what feels like the inner child would be like deepening into that energy and feeling this immense sense of like knowing I'm being held. So this is like suddenly like tapping in or awakening. Um, Again, it's almost like a spiritual perspective that makes you keenly aware of this could be like of an opportunity, but it kind of feels like some sort of element that gives you this unique confidence, this unique grace. It's like, aha, that's what it feels like, an aha moment that's like suddenly aware of. This could be like what you need to do, what decision you need to make, how you need to relate to something. Um, and again, this could be like someone as it pertains to you. Again, awareness, listening, right? Whether to you or to spirit, reflecting, and then finding this unique confidence that it feels like transitions or transforms like the tenderness into what could be like tender love, compassion, um, gentleness. Um, I don't know. I'm feeling something with the news today. Let's get a card. Let's get a card. A tarot card, and then we'll close this message out. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you. I love you. Um, Appreciate all your support. I hope you check out the other platforms. They are linked in the description box below. Yeah, this feels like where like vulnerability transitions into like, this is it, right? Like, I have the plan, right? I have the Five of Cups, which is interesting because this other deck I have here, Five of Cups, is on the bottom. But that just kind of confirms like what I was saying. We have several cards that fell. The King of Coins. Like I said, I don't know why I'm kind of, yeah, I hear Rihanna. And I know that he knows I'm unfaithful and it kills him inside to know that I'm happy. This makes me feel, whether this could be a relationship, but this feels like someone's maybe holding some regrets because they've not been faithful to whatever, right? Um, this could be like financially, they've not been a good steward. This could be like someone had you as a resource, right? Maybe they had like your commitment, they had your buy-in, they had your respect, and they could have done something that, again, that they regret doing to lose your respect, right? This could be like somebody, like I said, fumbled the bag, messed up the money. This could be, I don't know why it gives like a perfectly good relationship. And that doesn't have to be like romantic. This can be like a work relationship or opportunity, right? I don't know why I'm getting this energy of like, I literally had this in my hand. This could be like a job, a position, a title, money, again, respect. Someone had something that I honestly feel like they had learned and, or excuse me, earned. I feel like whatever this is something that was earned. Someone had what feels like the opportunity. Again, this could be like a marriage, like a relationship, like somebody had a contract. This is something that they worked for. And with the Five of Cups here, there's some sort of regret over what feels like a loss, right? I don't have you anymore. I don't have this anymore. With the world card, some sort of chapter is over. And that's what I feel has somebody in their inner child, has somebody feeling sensitive, has somebody feeling tender because it's like, I don't have this anymore. I don't have this, again, relationship, this resource anymore. Um, I don't know why it gives like pull. This could be like somebody, I don't have it like that anymore. Um, I don't have this power anymore. There's something like that. Okay. Anyway, let's go over to Patreon. Thank you guys. We're going to check in and get our deeper messages. I love you and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.